There we are.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to BODS Mayhem, our live podcast. And with me today, I have Mr. Waylon Whitson and Nathaniel Whitaker of the Technicolor Nightmare. And we're going to be talking about lots of stuff. We're going to be talking about, I cannot pronounce this band's name.
Vildhjarta.
Vildhjarta.
Jump in there.
Vildhjarta Van Dam. Something. Vildhjarta. Vildhjarta's 10th studio album.
Second studio album. First one in 10 or second,
That's
second
right,
one in
yeah.
10 years.
Second studio album, but the first one in 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years for an album, but we're going to go over lots of stuff with this band, so bear with us.
But if you haven't listened to it, it was worth the wait.
Yeah.
It's a very good album.
It's very heavy. It's very, very heavy. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
So welcome to the podcast, everybody. And for those folks who come back and listen to this, I want to thank you guys as well. And please subscribe to the BODS Mayhem Hour Facebook page and our YouTube page because, trust me, folks, I need all the subscribers that I can get. And I may come on here and just eat a bologna sandwich and without my shirt on and sing Baby Shark.
I bet you'd get 1 million followers.
I probably wouldn't. I may even lay on the bed over there and do it. Go.
Now, if you did that,
Baby Shark,
the followers are coming in rolling, son.
I sure hope so. Baby Shark.
That's what it needs.
Baby Shark.
That's what we need to do, John. Both of us. We'll slather each other in mayonnaise.
No.
And we'll lay back around that bed and eat bologna sandwiches.
No way. No way. What if we're streaming on Facebook Live? I don't know. Last time I did this, Facebook Live didn't do it for some reason. So
come on there, you damn old
phone. Dang old Hank.
Get on with it.
Dang Hank Hill, buddy. Dang old car over there.
Well, no, it ain't live in there.
Go to actually my personal page. Personal page.
Oh, you're sharing from the personal page?
Yeah, that's for some reason it won't go to my Facebook, my actual BODS Mayhem Hour page because Facebook, as always.
Well, I'm telling you, just run right to it.
Okay, well, we may be boys and girls. We may be switching to another provider here to get me up and going.
Hell, we ought to.
So we'll see here in a minute. But anyway,
ain't live on there yet either.
Oh, buddy.
What about Twitch? You on Twitch?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch.
BODman 24/7.
Yes, sir.
Let me check it.
That's right. BODman 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days, except for a couple of days.
Just keeps on going.
What are you those couple days?
There we are.
I shall not reveal my secret, Mr. Nathaniel. In time, sir.
I can host this, can I?
You can host that. You can host. I got to take my damn mess and on my bottle.
I'm hosting now on my Twitch channel, too.
All righty. That says on my actual, my high blood pressure bottle, you know what it says on there?
Do not stir.
Caution. Whoop ass if stirred. That's what it says on there. It legitimately says that on there. That's what it says.
So are we recording as well then? And you're just going to post it up on Facebook?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Hi, Tim. That's all I was wondering,
All right. Anyway, so let's jump right into this. First off, I want to know how you doing because, not to throw anything out there, but I just want to know how you are doing personally.
I'm doing good. I've had some weird struggles over the past couple of weeks or so, but I'm on the up and ups now. I'm getting better.
I think we all have, man. Especially, I've seen so much health issues going on, and plus my stint that I had, I never in a million years thought I would have.
Oh my god!
But
a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
It's just that time of year.
Absolute nightmare.
And it blows my mind on like a couple of people that I've known here lately have passed away from COVID, and it really it bothers me, man. I mean, it really does bother me because. Thank God that I didn't get COVID while I was in the hospital for almost 2 weeks.
It's a miracle, really.
Yeah.
That's miraculous.
I'm very thankful.
It's a rough time right now. Everybody wants to think it's gone, but it ain't gone just yet.
No, it's not gone. I'm single and ready to mingle too, guys. I'm throwing that out there to everybody. All the ladies out there. But anyway, I'm back on the prowl, back on the mend.
Saddle, back in here doing
it. Yeah. But, I'm glad that I'm glad you're okay. Getting things straightened out. I'm glad I'm okay.
Yeah, what it is I signed up for an online therapy and like doctor's visits thing where I do it through video chatting. I got an appointment for that. So I'm just like making the first step toward doing something was good. Felt good.
That's the first step, is admitting that you need that help.
Yeah.
That right there is the most, that's the biggest thing ever right there.
Yeah, and it's like it's easy to look at like where you're doing all right in life in some places and to ignore where you are still having issues. But I don't know, man. Just was making things hard on me where they shouldn't have been, and I needed to do something about it. And I've had the same issues for years and years now, and just wasn't paying any attention to it and trying to work around it. And I just feel like I could be more productive if I could be more concentrated and more just taking care of myself, just being mindful of my mental and physical health. I've been like trying to lose a little bit of weight, trying to get in shape a little bit better. And
yeah, I know the feeling. I've lost. I went from 390 to 390. 390. I ain't gonna say exactly how much 390 something, but down to 384.
Yeah.
384, 382, something like that.
Just that little bit of help make you feel a lot better.
And
I've actually dropped. I was at 396 a couple months ago, and have dropped now to about 355.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I'm doing a lot better. Feeling a lot better.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. It. I didn't want to lose the weight that way, but what can you do?
Yeah, I lost mine in a good way. Really, I mean.
So
you know, flips of the coin. You know what I mean? Duality.
Let's talk about Allion, Maine. And I'm sorry, guys, I didn't get to come. And you know the reason why I didn't get to come, because I physically could not be there.
Yeah. No, dude, we understand. No, ain't no hard feelings about that.
But I want to know how Allion, Maine went, because that looked to me, from pictures I saw, looked pretty awesome. And was there a lot of people that showed up actually?
Yeah,
no?
Like surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
You know, you go into a Sunday show in Eastern Kentucky thinking, nah, ain't nobody will come to this. But we had, well, I'll just tell you outright, we had 91 tickets sold.
That's good.
And there was, you know.
Especially on Halloween night.
Yeah, that's not even counting the people that were with the band that didn't buy a ticket, things of that nature. And Halloween night, Sunday at the Allion, Maine, and had 91 paid people there.
Wow.
So the band actually ended up making a little bit of money, had a good time, played a good show. Everybody said it was fun. Went well.
That's awesome.
No complaints.
It was excellent.
I didn't even see who won the costume contest.
Jeremy won it.
Jeremy did?
Jeremy
Of course he did.
won it.
Of course he did. He was Frankenfurter from
Oh.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, wow.
Like in the corset and everything, and the
He
fishnets, all that. Or the stockings. Yeah. It was
Sorry.
hilarious. It
Can't
was so
see
good.
that.
It
Cannot
was
see
so
that.
good. You should have seen it.
Well, there goes my Fiend costume that I was going to dress up as from the Misfits. That's out the door. So there's always next year if I am around. What's that look for? What's going on?
The vape was going through the camera.
I don't care. We'll just say it's some type of ghost something.
Apparitions. Spirits in here.
Yeah.
But no,
Spirits on Maine, buddy.
Yeah.
Them apparitions.
Had a good time. I wish you could have been there, but I understand why you weren't. I get it completely. No hard feelings on that.
Yeah, when you got a huge hole inside your leg and you have to pack it.
It's not conducive to going to a rock show and standing around for a couple hours.
Exactly. Yeah. Man, I never thought that I would be able to walk again. I mean, just because of the cyst and everything. I mean, you take for granted when stuff like that happens, because you want to walk, you want to go, you know, do the normal day things like go to the bathroom by yourself, go, you know, be able to take a shower and things like that. Oh, buddy, it was rough, but you know, hey, I'm still here.
Getting better, right?
Yeah. But anyway,
surely.
So we're going to be talking about what is it again?
Vildhjarta.
Yeah. First album released in 10 years, entitled
Måsstaden.
What is it?
Måsstaden under vatten.
Måsstaden under vatten.
Yeah.
Via Century Media. So let's talk about this. This is a 2-disc album. Yeah, it's a 2-disc.
I didn't even listen to it on this. Well, I know it's long. I do know that.
Yeah, it's long. About 90 minutes, I believe.
So, first album in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
What? I'll get your thoughts here in just a minute, Nathaniel. What's your thoughts on this, man? From what you got to hear of it, what sticks out the most? What's impressed you? And your thoughts on waiting after 10 years to do this
with Vildhjarta. I've been listening to them since 2011 when they released their first album.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear any like the early EPs or anything like that, but their first album that came out had a song called Dagger on it. And I remember listening to that and being like, holy shit, this is heavy and this is badass. And just a really fresh take on that kind of like down-tuned, like progressive metal shit, kind of like Meshuggah does.
Mm-hmm.
But they keep it just nasty, dude. Vildhjarta just keeps it gross. And and what really jumped out to me on this album was the evolution. That first album was very dissonant and like super duper heavy. And this one's super duper heavy also, but this one's more melodic, I feel like. Like even when they're doing like the most nasty, like palm muted, like chugs, they're still moving the chords around and still like keeping it melodic and doing a lot of really interesting atmospheric stuff kind of behind the heavier stuff. And I don't know, that's what jumped out to me a lot was how much more refined it felt and how they never really dropped the groove of it.
We got to think about the first albums, and this is even going prior to EPs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this band was probably still finding their groove and their
Absolutely,
sound.
yeah.
So, and then, I don't know, you go from that first album till now after, 10 years, they're going to keep the true I can't even pronounce that name. Vildhjarta. No, Bill Dance. Vildhjarta. Vildhjarta, whatever.
Vildhjarta.
It sounds like something else, but I can't say that.
Now, John.
But anyway, not knocking a band or anything like that, but I'm just saying that, you go back for the instance of the band, they got to stay true to the roots.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's, I've listened to some of these songs and they're absolutely crushing it. And I'll say that right now, hands off, crushing it.
Yeah, they're brutal.
There's not really anything bad on this album. I mean, there's two parts. There's nothing bad at all on this.
So the only ones that I haven't made it to thus far, and I've listened to most of the album, and I've been working my way through it, but like something like this for me is so intense and so heavy that I sometimes like take a break, come back, to go to the next song. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
But I made it through the first half of this, looking at the way it's split up to Vagabond. And I've listened all the way up to that, and then Penny Royal Poison, which is on the second half, was the first song that I heard off of the album. It was the first single, and it just slams, dude. And they definitely stayed roots to those they stayed true to those original roots that they had, but just up the ante a lot. And the groove is much more consistent. That first one had a lot of like blast beaty sections and like stuff that kind of, this one still got a lot of odd time stuff in it, but the way they're using the polyrhythms and they're just keeping that four going the whole time. They keep that groove locked in the whole time on this one. And I love that about it. It's like there was one section in that song called Dagger, that first one that I heard from them.
Mm-hmm.
There was one section in that toward the end of it where it just got heavy as shit, but it was still just grooving really, really good. And it's like they took that section and stretched it out to a whole album.
Yeah, this, like I said, if you want something, I'm just going to say brutal, because that's what I like to say on these heavy albums like this. If you want something brutal, hard-hitting, and just a good even flow of songs,
Just fucking mad.
This is it. I mean, if you like stuff like that, hey, this is your ticket. Nathaniel, you've listened to this through and through, man. What's your thoughts on it?
It's excellent. I've listened to the whole album plus some more, and it's excellent. And it is brutal. But one thing I want to point out about it is some of the clean guitar work is immaculate.
Yeah.
And the mixing is excellent. They will have these brutal metal parts, and with clean guitar that is really stands out on top of it. Not in separate sections, right on top of it. And the mixing is done so well. You can hear the clean guitar great. And it's also real interesting. Sometimes they don't have a keyboardist or synth player or anything, but some of these effects they're using, phasers, delays, reverbs, they're used in such a way that they sound almost like synth.
Yeah.
It's real interesting the way they've mixed in kind of some of this clean stuff with they've mixed it right on top of the metal. I mean, it's there are huge sections where there's clean guitar right on top of the most brutal metal.
Yeah, so
and it's awesome. It sounds great.
Having that clean guitar sound on this album, does it kind of shock you how good it is with the clean guitar? Because you really don't hear that out in a heavy album like this. I mean, if you do, it's very lightly.
That was the first thing that stood out to me. It was the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
Was exactly that. And, it's real interesting. Like a lot of bands, different from a lot of bands kind of in this style, there's no real virtuoso work, no virtuoso style leads, anything like that. It's just well written, well put together stuff. It's a concept album for any of you guys out there that don't know that, that kind of continues the story of their first album. It kind of based on fairy tales and stuff like that, Swedish fairy tales. But it's excellent.
Which are the most metal ones.
Oh, yeah.
The Swedish ones are the most metal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But dude, they're just they somehow have a very like classic like Swedish death metal influence that you can hear, but also are extremely like hyper modern.
Yes.
Like the sound is so modern and so different, and like what you're talking about with the clean guitar, that's really like a gent thing. Like that's the genre they started out with, gent, you know, and it adds like a layer of ambience to things that contextualizes like what you're hearing the heavier guitars do.
Yes.
And that's where the melodic like richness of it comes from in a lot of ways.
And it works. It just works. It works well.
Sounds awesome.
Folks, if you're out there listening, which I hope you guys and gals are, you can actually ask us questions and we'll be more than happy to answer those. Also, too, next time we'll be a little bit more better prepared. We'll have an album cover next album that we actually review. Mm-hmm. And I think the next one we're going to do is on the 19th. Well, I know we're going to do one then, too, because we have an announcement coming up here soon with that. So we're going to be previewing Limp Bizkit's new album.
Yeah, I've already listened to that front to back.
I have not got to listen to it yet. I'm just, you know, when you struggle from check to check, and I can't go in there. That's work related. But anyway, you get tired of the same old. Mm-hmm. So, what would you rate this album? I mean, would you give it out of 1 to 10? How many BODS likes would you give it?
Okay, as a metal album, I would give it a 10 out of 10, dude.
Really?
I think this is an absolute must-listen metal album.
So would this be in your top 5 or top 10 of the albums of the year?
For this year? Yes, absolutely. I'd say even top 3. Like,
oh, wow.
Especially within the genre now, if we're confining it to genres.
Yeah.
Within metalcore, progressive stuff like this, I put it top 3.
This is the best I've heard, maybe not even just this year. This is the best I've heard in a long time.
It's just so unique, dude. It's so different.
Unique, it's different.
They do their own thing. They're like,
the lyrics are excellent. Of course, you know, if you're American or whatever, you probably have to translate, but that's just fine. Do it. It's worth it.
I've got to say this. I'll say this straight up. I've been doing this for 11 years. And every time, and I'm not knocking any band out there whatsoever, but every time I hear something from Sweden or Germany or something like that, it's fresh. It's a breath of fresh air. It's so different. And I don't get that. You know, these bands, I mean, they're staying true to their roots and they're just expanding, just like all the bands over here. But for some reason, their music is just like, oh wow, you know.
Well, it's kind of like why
it's so weird.
You hear our band, and we have a very like Southern country kind of lilt to what we do, even if we're not playing notes that were typically something like that. You know what I mean? So
we're certainly influenced.
You're influenced by your culture and your region as well. You know, and that's the death metal was born there.
Do you guys like the concept albums? I'll say it that way. Do you like the concept albums that come from overseas a lot more?
I don't know if it's the concept albums thing, but like when it comes to metal, almost all the time it's foreign bands that I like better. I don't know what it is. These guys especially, they just stand out to me, man. They're like a Meshuggah 2.0.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever listened to the album Coloss by Meshuggah, the way that Meshuggah would keep it like real slow and like be on the super heavy grooves the whole time in that album, that's what this band's entire sound is. But they've just taken it and like pushed it up a little bit further. And they do things that are really interestingly like dynamic for it being like a really heavy palm muted guitar.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. It's real atmospheric. It's a very atmospheric album.
There you go. I like that word atmospheric because it's out there. But is it safe to say that they're kind of Gojira-ish in a way?
Yeah, I hear that too.
Yeah.
It's that progressive element of it. I definitely hear like some Gojira influence in them. Gojira, Mastodon. There was something else that I wrote down earlier that it reminded me of too, and I can't remember what it was. But definitely that Gojira and Meshuggah, those influences are huge in it. And then just the overall gent influence, but they go a totally different direction than most people do with the gent thing.
What's your guys' favorite song off this album, if any, possibly?
I like Chaos 2 so far is my favorite.
Yeah, I like Chaos 2 a lot. That one's good, and I'll pull that up, John. Let me find it here. I don't have these names memorized. Noir. Nope. It's Phantom Assassin.
I haven't even made it to that one yet.
Yeah, me either.
Is it liable to usurp my favorite songs slot?
It might. There's another one too that I think you'd like a lot. It's a huge album, guys. I gotta look through this list. It's like 90 minutes. It's like 2 albums.
Yeah, I got to part 2, Vildhjarta or Jarta, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got to that song.
That's the one. Vildhjarta.
I think that might be pronounced Hjart, like Hjarta.
Hjart.
Yeah.
Because that
Get
word
out
means
here,
heart.
Hjart.
Like their band name means wild heart in Swedish, is what it means.
Like, Hjart, what are you doing? You supposed to be out here.
You get the Hjart out of here. get Hjart, get on out of here now.
Yeah, get off my property, because I just took my damn mess and it said again.
It's weird for us because we don't even speak English, so trying to translate this stuff to English is difficult, you know.
Oh, and I'm sure when they hear this and they go back and watch this, they'll laugh their ass off because they're like, "Oh,
Let's these fucking hillbillies trying to review a metal album." But no, dude, I think it's a 10 out of 10. I really do, and I was blown away by it when I first started listening. Like how, because I'll be honest with you, over the past year and a half or so, I have really not been listening to much metal. I've been listening to a lot of like rock, but not anything this heavy, and not really getting into anything that was metal at all. And then this album came around and just slapped me in the face, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this. It just sucked me in. By the time the intro was done, I was like, wow, this is the most like melodic and interesting metal thing that I've heard in a long time.
What about you, Mr. Nathaniel?
Kind of the same thing, honestly. I mean, I do listen to metal, not a whole lot, a lot of rock, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this album hit me. It did it for me. I highly recommend it. If you're into metal and you want to hear something different, and that's what struck me about this album. It's different. They're doing their own thing. They've got their own sound. They're doing their own thing, and they're doing it their own way. Mm-hmm. It's excellent.
That's what is well. Oh man, I've got to listen to a lot of these songs, and for me, I gave it like an 8.5.
Yeah.
You know, just because I haven't fully listened to every song on here.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, yeah, for me, it's 8.5, and I agree with what Nathaniel said. It's an atmospheric sound of this band because every song's totally different. Mm-hmm. There's different musical aspects in these songs, which I absolutely love because I don't want to sit down and listen to 3 songs that are, had the same guitar sound and oh wait a minute, they just did the same drum beat in the first song or. This bass line, I mean, it's
at switching up their
yes,
their fills and shit.
Yeah,
like it's all over the place. It feels like it's all over the place, but then it's also just like steady groove. That's what I'm talking about. Those polyrhythms. Yeah. Like every other member of the band is doing weird stuff, and the drummer's accenting them, but he's layering those polyrhythms in such a way that it still maintains a groove the whole time. And that's incredibly impressive. Incredibly impressive.
Maybe this is just going to be a.
I think it'll grow on you.
Every 10-year deal, I mean, who knows? But that'd be a cool thing, maybe.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I take it. But as far as I'm concerned, dude, with any band, like they've maintained a fan base for 10 years without releasing an album. That got to tell you something about them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it takes 10 years to make a good album, take 10 years to do it.
Now we're going to talk about some other stuff here, which is actually newsworthy and everything like that. But like I said, if you guys and gals have any questions, please feel free to message us if you can or whatever. We'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And we're going to be doing this every Friday. We're going to try to review an album and, try to do it justice. So we're going to try this and see. Ozzy Osbourne dropped the new 40th anniversary edition of Diary of a Madman digitally only release. It's streaming everywhere, and it appears that all new music video for Flying High Again is going to be coming out, I think, today, possibly later today. It may already be out. I didn't get to check before we did the podcast, but check that out. I usually don't like remastered stuff. Yeah. I don't.
Have you checked it out?
No, I have not checked this out yet. So, I mean, I will go back and listen to some stuff remastered just to see what was thrown in there, if anything was thrown in there. Mm-hmm. because sometimes it's weird. You'll go back and listen to a remastered album, and they may change one track. That's it. And I don't know. It comes and goes with me.
I tend to
on some of
like
this stuff.
remasters a lot.
Yeah,
You
because
do?
When I listen to,
I generally love remasters.
Oh, God.
Especially if they're done well.
yeah, when I listen to old stuff,
Oh, I got thrown under the bus.
I'm like, well, you know, hey, everybody's got their
We're
own,
musicians,
you know.
though, so mixing and mastering is a
Yeah,
big part
I
of
like
what
to-
we do.
Yeah, and I like to hear a good fresh mix on something that kind of beefs it up a little bit and makes it more modern.
Exactly.
Is what I like to hear.
Yeah,
I can appreciate the difference in the original recording sometimes too, though. Like they remastered a Coheed album one time, their original album, Second Stage Turban Blade, and I like the original better. I just feel like it captures the essence of what they were doing at that time a lot better.
I get it. I mean, I understand. Hey, we're going to go and remaster this album, and make the guitars stand out more better,
Mhm.
or that part should have been higher than what it should be. I mean, I get
a lot
it,
of the
but
time it tends to just be beefing the bass up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what happens a lot of the time. Getting it a little stronger.
and thank God they don't have to use 2-inch tape anymore, because that would be a bitch
Yeah.
to go back and do this. Well, never mind. It sucks when you sit here and do the podcast and your email starts popping up. So God.
Don't worry about that damn email.
Oh, I know it.
Look
I know
at
it. Anyway, Slipknot, they have released the Chapeltown Rag via Roadrunner. Have you guys got to check this out?
Is
Yeah,
that
I know I
just a
have.
song or an album?
That's just a song right now, one of the songs off the album.
Somebody I saw earlier, and I haven't listened to it yet, but somebody I saw earlier said it sounded very Iowa. Sounded a lot like their first album.
A little bit.
You hear that in it?
There's-
I haven't heard it yet.
There's Iowa influence in it, but it's definitely not like We're Not Your Kind.
Okay.
Well, there's influences in there too, but
Is
not
that the one
as
with,
much.
Like, Devil and I and all that stuff?
No. This is the previous one just came out like a couple years ago.
I'm out of the loop on Slipknot.
It's all right. It happens. So yeah, the song's growing on me,
Mhm.
just like all the songs do. But yeah, this is
I'll have to
cool
check it out,
Slipknot
'cause
stuff.
I think Corey Taylor is a phenomenal vocalist, and they're a phenomenal
Oh yeah,
band.
for sure.
The last one that I really got into was All Hope Is Gone,
Yeah,
and that's
It's a good
probably
album.
about one of the last like mainstream metal albums that I listened to before I veered off into weirdness.
Yeah.
But I love Slipknot. I love their early stuff. I still listen to it all the time. I still listen to stuff off Volume 3 all the time. Like,
Nathaniel, what about you? Have you got to hear this or
I've
anything?
not got to hear it yet. I've not got to hear it. I mean, they're an excellent band. I imagine it's excellent. But no, I've not got a chance to listen to it.
Yeah, they I don't know when this album's going to drop, or they may even just drop all singles and then release the album.
A lot of bands are doing that now.
John 5 did the
That's not bad
same
to do.
thing a couple years ago. Yeah, he released every single off the album, and then once the album was out, once the singles were all out, then he released the album.
as a collection kind of thing.
No, just yeah.
Give them all every one of them was a single before that.
Actually, his kid gave him the idea because his kid seen somebody else do the same thing, and he's like, Dad.
Well, you know why that is, don't you? Nowadays, it's hard to keep somebody's attention.
Oh,
through a
sure.
whole album.
Yeah, and John
And
even
then-
said that. Yeah.
And also, if you're playing the social media game, you got to have new announcements all the time.
Yep.
And if you don't have new announcements all the time, people tend to forget that you exist. So releasing a bunch of singles instead of one big album, it just makes sense in that context.
Same in the podcast world. Some podcasters do a podcast every single day, and I'm like, no, you can overdo it.
Yeah.
Some do it 3 times a day, or 3 times a day, 3 times a week. And to me, yeah, that's okay if you got a backer that's getting you interviews and stuff.
Mhm.
But for a podcaster like me, you just got to get what you can get and go.
Right.
So maybe one day BODS Mayhem Hour will hit that plateau where I get a backer and I can get all these huge interviews like some people get.
Maybe so.
That's what I'm shooting
I think
for.
introducing the video format like this is a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Especially live streaming Twitch, man. Twitch is a good spot.
Yeah. I like doing this. I like doing the live video stuff. I got a buddy at work told me you need to keep going the video route. Do the video.
I've been preaching this at you. For
You
a
have
while
to.
now.
Yeah, you have as well.
So's
You and
Josh.
Nathaniel. Yeah, Josh did too. So,
I mean, there might be a reason we're all saying it, you
but it just sucks though because it doesn't look professional because I got my bed in the background. It's just hard to
Let's
fix
squeeze a
all
little
this.
backdrop in there.
So
Just a little backdrop here.
I do have a backdrop, but it don't fit, and you have to like set everything up, and it takes 30 minutes to set that stuff up.
What you got set up?
The poles and everything, and put the backdrop on it, and it don't even fit behind me. It don't fit half the, it shows half the bed up here and down there.
Well,
yeah,
that ain't no good.
No, it ain't.
It's
So
a different backdrop.
You'll have to upgrade backdrop.
So
green screen or
you know,
You'll be flying through space while you're doing your podcast.
While you podcast, it'd be wonderful.
so you know what? I'm trying.
You know, what'd be great is if you did it like you were riding on the back of Falcor in the
Oh my
Never Ending
God.
Story.
Oh
Like the
my
whole
God.
time, just like you're holding on to Falcor and flying
Oh
through space.
Jeebus. Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
Lord.
would get people's attention.
Yeah, JD from Black Label Society said I should just lay on my bed and do the podcast from there, order room service, get somebody
like, hey,
bring.
what's up? Oh, I didn't see you there.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
see you there.
I guess it's time for the podcast. Eating
Oh
grapes
my
and
God!
shit. Have somebody come feed you grapes. I'll come feed you grapes.
No.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Oh my God. Anyway, please subscribe to the BODS Mayhem our YouTube page. Go like it, please. I'll sing
Good,
Baby
please.
Shark.
God, we'll sing Baby Shark. We'll take our shirts off. We'll slather ourselves in mayonnaise. Whatever we got to do.
No,
Yes, we will, John.
no,
we want the followers.
No.
You got to be willing to take these risks.
What's it say on my pill bottle?
I'm gonna stir it. I'm stirring it up.
Don't
Stirring up
stir
hell in
it.
here.
Don't stir me. Caution. Whoop ass is on it.
I'll run away.
Oh, so anyway, we've
And I'll
got
be greased,
we-
covered
we-
in mayonnaise.
we've got a lot of ideals that's going to be coming up here for BODS Mayhem Hour for the live podcast for sure. There's some other things I'd like to do with this. Definitely album reviews, and he'll do game reviews. I know Nathaniel's going to help out anyway too. So we'll definitely have a lot of new stuff coming up here for sure. So next week, just keep looking for the BODS Mayhem Hour podcast. Basically, just go look at the BODS Mayhem Hour Facebook page, and I keep everything on there. You can check that out. And plus, I don't advertise, which I should, on YouTube. We should do some shorts on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But this is it for now. So I'm trying to get back in the loop again because of all my health issues I've had here lately. But are there any other albums that struck you, man, that you want to review on here lately, or just that you like, that you want to get out there to people?
I definitely want to do that Limp Bizkit album. You said
Okay.
that one. I definitely want to do that because that shit slaps. I don't care what anybody thinks. I love Limp Bizkit, dude.
Yeah, I do too.
And it's
So
great.
okay, so does it still stay true?
Absolutely, 100%.
Really? Because
Yes.
I've heard different mixtures of things like that. See, that's like Halloween Kills. Everybody's like, Halloween Kills sucks.
We also live in like the most hater-ass society. Of
That
all
is
time.
very true.
Everybody just hates on shit.
That's very
constantly.
true.
It's annoying.
That is very true.
And I don't give a shit about none of that. I think it's great.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming up here. Even Santa Bod may even make an appearance coming up here very shortly for Christmas. Santa Bod.
Ooh.
He's going to be doing some album reviews with you.
I'm down with that. I'll hang out with Santa Bod.
And he may even have, a link to where people can come in and talk with us.
Give all the little kids presents too.
Well, they got hot moms or something.
That's prerequisite anyway.
Anyway,
You better have a hot mom, kid. You ain't getting shit.
that's right. I'll give you a high five and I don't know.
Yeah, here you go. You met Santa Bod. Happy day. Go on.
Yeah, we'll give him like a horrible CD. Like Tiny Tim album.
Saint Anger.
No, bite your tongue, son. Bite the tongue.
I came in here ready to be a provocateur today.
You have. You sure have. You
I
drunk a lot of.
I want to provoke.
You
I want to have fun.
You have. See, there's Santa Claus right there. Anyway, Santa Bod's going to be making an appearance. I may have some links on here where you can actually come in and talk with us. You can actually. I want people's participation on this. I want the viewers to come in here and talk with us.
Yeah, I think that's
But you got to keep it professional and on our level, things like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a douche, I'm going to kick you out here in no time.
Right.
I don't put up with that crap. Just letting everybody know, hands down, straight up, that's it. So what we may do is when we do some more album reviews is have people come in who's actually listened to the album as well and give their opinion, or if they want to ask a question about it, hey, we can try to answer their question about it.
That's what makes doing these live and on Twitch really cool. Is you can get that community engagement. You can't get that just doing pre-records, you know?
Well, when you're an actual national band, you got to get what you can get and time what you can get.
Right.
That's the only bad thing. But I'm trying.
Metallica tried to come on here. You'd go live at 3 o'clock in the morning and not give a shit, John. You would. You'd say, all right.
I don't care if the Pope tried to stop me. The interview would happen. If the Pope said, "Now, Sean, let me get out of my way,
time
Pope."
Of the day, you'd give Metallica 3 o'clock in the morning.
3 o'clock till 3 in the evening. That's it.
See? Oh, just till 3 in the evening? He's got standards, all right, James Hetfield. You check this out. You ain't coming in. You ain't coming here at 4 p.m., son.
I like to review the new Jerry Cantrell album.
Yeah, we need to check that one out too. I've been curious about that.
I definitely want to try to interview him, plus get an album review on that too. So
Jerry Cantrell's the man.
We've got me and Waylon's been talking about a lot of stuff that we've been wanting to do on here to spice this up a little bit. I know that this is just different things. So he's going to be doing some games on here as well with music that we're going to be doing. Hell, we may even have the artist that we have on here review an album with us too.
That'd be cool.
Yep. I know BJ Rose is going to be one of the guests on here the 19th. So we're going to be.
Well, BJ should be well informed and able to review albums. I would say
we're gonna definitely have the Limp Bizkit album review on that day. So
with BJ.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So we're gonna have lots of cool stuff here. And folks, I hate to cut this short, but we're going to end BODS Mayhem Hours live podcast for now. Waylon, how can folks stay in touch with the Technicolor Nightmare? What do you have coming down the pipe? What's going on? Working on anything new other than my tribute song?
I got some good news for you, John.
Uh-oh.
We got all kinds of new stuff
good.
going on. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We're doing some radio shows here lately, and I've been getting around I did a podcast yesterday. Recorded one that'll be coming out Monday with Cannaboss in Paintsville, 606 Hemp, Calvin Daniels, and Justin Darnell. That was a really fun time. And then actually the band is getting ready to start working on a new EP.
Good.
Yeah, we've got several new songs that we've written now, and we actually debuted 2 of them live at the Alley on Main show. And we're going to record a new EP and release it hopefully early next year.
That's awesome. I can't wait. Yeah. And BODS Mayhem will be the first one to review this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to you, man. And like I said, you can check out Technicolor Nightmare on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Twitch now, streaming under MK Ultra 7. I'm actually hosting this on my page too, so that should be accessible to people. I'm on there pretty regularly, so doing another podcast called The Bearded Rationals. It's pretty cool.
How many we got on there right now?
I haven't looked. I think we've been sitting 2 or 3 viewers this whole time. That's pretty good.
And of course, it's always busy here at the BODS Mayhem Hour Central.
You got 2 people viewing right now.
What's up, 2 people?
What up with you 2 peoples?
Yep.
What's happening?
What up?
How you doing?
Thank you for coming by and checking it out. We'll do this. We're going to start working on the formatting a little bit and get this a little more put together. I got some ideas I'm going to throw at you for how we can spice things up a little bit and make it a little better.
Definitely.
We'll get that NVIDIA broadcast going. I think I can show you some interesting things about that you might like that will get rid of this bed thing behind you that you're not digging on. So,
Yeah. Anyway.
Make it pretty.
I appreciate you and Nathaniel doing everything that you do for BODS Mayhem Hour, and I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there who also support me and what I do. It's like I've always said, it's not what I do, it's what I do for you guys. That's what I do. So the joy that I have out of it is, I hope, brings you all the joy too with it. So hey, we'll have some giveaways too for Christmas. I'm feeling a little bit Christmassy right now because I talked to Santa Bob the other day. And he's wanting to give away some shirts, some BODS Mayhem Hour shirts.
Some BODS Mayhem Hour shirts.
Yeah.
They're super cool looking. Look at these things.
Yeah, and a couple of posters, BODS Mayhem Hour posters and some stickers. So
nice.
That right there, you'll have to not call in, but get in here to come live on here with us. So that's going to be a cool thing. So also, like I said before, check out BODS Mayhem Hour on Facebook. YouTube, Twitch. Please support me. If you don't, that's fine. I understand completely. But hey, the more help I get, the more things I can do for you guys and gals out there. Trust me, because everything is going to go back into this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these bands too. So, next Friday, come back, stick around, and Waylon's going to be back, Nathaniel's going to be back, and we're going to be all doing some reviews and stuff. And yeah, we're going to have this set up pretty nice. So,
the BODS team.
So, thanks, folks. You guys have a good weekend, and hey, don't let the holidays bring you down or anything. Let's have a good time with it. I know I hate the holidays, but
it's been a rough couple of years. I think it's time we all start getting more optimistic about things.
Yeah.
Got to, right?
Yeah. Just hey, keep putting one foot in front of the other, and keep on going. And I'll see you next Friday.
Bada bing.